Hello, Mr. T here. In this session, the piece I would like to talk about is Summer Sounds by Peter Meechan from the book Shining Brass Volume 1. I've chosen this piece as it is set for Grade 3, List C. If you choose to play this piece for your grade, here are some ideas on how you could improve your marks. Firstly, let me play the melody. Yes, I agree with you. Not very interesting, not very musical. It all sounds the same, and it certainly doesn't sound like summer to me. So how can I make it more interesting and more musical? The points I will cover are tempo, dynamics, articulation, and musicianship. Firstly, tempo. Two things to notice about tempo. Firstly, the speed at the beginning, and then look through the piece to see if this speed changes. At the beginning, you can see it says crotchet equals 112. And what this means is the speed should be fast enough to play 112 crotchets a minute. The word moderato means, as I'm sure you will have guessed, moderately. So the best way to understand these two instructions is by using a metronome. But if you don't have one, play it at a moderate speed like this. And so on. Next, have a look through the piece to see if the speed changes. And as you look through, you will notice that there are no changes. So you'll need to keep them the same speed all the way through. Now let's add dynamics to tempo. There are some, but not a lot, of variations in the markings. At the beginning it says F, forte, loud. At the end of bar 4 it's MP, mezzo piano, medium soft. A crescendo in bar 6 to forte, loud in bar 7. Bar 9 is MF, mezzo forte, medium loud. Bar 15 is tricky as you will need to move between forte, loud and MF, medium loud, very quickly. Bar 17 is forte again. Bar 21 is piano, and right at the end of the bar of 22 it says forte right the way through to the end. I'll play from bar 13 to 16 so you can hear what is meant. And hopefully there you could hear that sudden dynamic change. Now for articulation, the tonguing and slurring. There is not a lot of variation in this piece, but there are some points that you need to notice. Look through the piece and you will see some curved lines between the notes. These are slurs, and you will need to tongue the first one and then play the others without tonguing, making them as smooth as possible. All the other notes, apart from the tied notes, are tongued. But how should they be tongued? Softly? Heavily? I'll come back to this later. Lastly, now that we have tempo, dynamics and articulation, the technical bits, it's time to think about musicianship. What this means is thinking about what story is the music wanting you to tell through your playing. This is tricky as there's not a lot to go on here. What we do have are the clues in the title and the word moderato, which you can see at the beginning. The title of Summer Sounds makes me think the composers see this piece as a very happy piece, perhaps thinking about summer holiday times. And so with that in mind, I think it would be a good idea to play the notes not too heavily. Keep it light so the music sounds more fun and light in a happy holiday mood. Now the 4 points, tempo, dynamics, articulation and musicianship have been covered. I will end by playing through the piece, thinking about all of these ideas, and you will be able to compare it with the first playthrough and see the difference.